What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Winny and Kels podcast. Today, we're going to be discussing Black men and the lack of respect we receive from our community. We're going to start with a clip from an Instagram page going by the name of Who's the Deadbeat. Here it is. Let's go.
Often asked, after 16 years, if I was to see my former daughter, will I speak to her? After 16 years. No. No. People, I'm going to tell you something about us black men. We take scrap respect. Yeah. We're conditioned to take scrap respect. We're so in tune to understanding that everybody think if we own homes, we're gonna be a dead slumlord. If we fathers, we're gonna be deadbeats. All of us good men, we fight and take on the full brunt of the stereotypes that you are as a black man. Yeah, the other guys, it don't matter to them. But us good guys, we the ones that fighting in the court. We the one that making videos. Basically, they don't know how to read it right when we criticize them. We're trying to get them to act right. I seen a video the other day where a black woman said, I like when black men get offed. I've never seen a black man make a video that says that. This is how comfortable they have gotten at disrespecting us, and you've accepted it. My mom. I was paying my mom's rent. My mom talked to me like I was an absolute piece of trash because she don't like my company. My daughter. I didn't do nothing to my daughter. My daughter had her own business at 6. She had a key to the office. She knew all my passcodes. She knew everything about me. I said, if anything happened to me, there's an evasive action that you're going to take. Here's the deeds to the houses. There's everything. Didn't matter. The fact is, her mother wanted to treat me like shit, and then she joined in. I fought to be a father for 11 and a half years. I fought for 11 years, 5 months, and 29 days too much. I shouldn't have fought to be a father for one day. I'm retired military, multiple homes. I own 7 cars, 6 of them are BMWs. I have 2 IULs, 1 retirement account that I'm collecting off of the military now. I've never been in I don't have no felonies. I'm 56. I'm in good health. I got the goods. And still, I had to beg my daughter to respect me as a father. So 16 years ago, after 11 years of fighting her mother, and only 2 weeks of fighting her. I only fought her for 2 weeks. She fucked me over. I said, nah, we ain't doing this now. She did it 2 weeks later. Never spoke to him since. Stop accepting all the negative nonsense because you don't want to fall under the stereotypes. That's why they quick to call you a deadbeat. They're playing on your morals. After all, the song do go, Papa was a Rolling Stone and I'll always love mama, right? You're conditioned, unfortunately, to accept this bull.
Wow. That is insane. You got a guy who is trying his best. I think later in the video, he's talking about being in the military and retired and owning property and this, that, and the third, just being a productive member of society. And from his mother to his ex-wife, baby mother, and his daughter, literally all the women in his life are disrespecting him to the nth degree. What do you think about that?
It's a wild thing because, women say they want a provider, especially black women. They have this laundry list of what they want from a man, but they can't either provide any substance to the man to help him thrive and be who he needs to be in society. This is going down the line of the stereotypes that we are as black American men. It's a lot of black American men that are setting the standard of being a man, a good man at that. So in a lot of different contents, we're known as controlling, or we're known as abusive, or we're known as violent, and it's not all true. And most of it is not true. And a woman, like I said in a previous broadcast, a child will leave with the woman. I don't care if you're the father, the stepfather, the boyfriend, whatever. You can have all the love you want for that child to be the best child they can be with the circumstances that they are given, and it still won't equate to the logic that their mothers feed into them about you, period.
Yeah, I think just by just volume of time spent in proximity, women are gonna rub off on the children no matter what, whether it's good or bad knowledge. So when he was saying his daughter has watched his ex-wife or child's mother just berate and blatantly disrespect him in front of her, and they've argued and gone back and forth. I think he says that he fought for almost 11 years with this woman. So you got to imagine 11 years. And these, I think it was from 6 to her now being, I think, 17 or 18. And can you imagine that? Like, that's damn near some CIA espionage, drip feeding propaganda. Like 11 years. 11 of your child's formative years with the mother just basically tearing this guy down, just completely assassinating his character at any and all turns.
Absolutely. 90% of the time, the child is staying with the mother, and the mother is just force feeding this child until the child starts to believe this concept narrative about you, and they run with it, and to the point that they're disrespecting you. And I agree with him 100% when he said that Black men, Black American men, get like the most disrespect out of any other race. The most disrespect. And we were taught how to just take it. We taught to just like, all right, it's going to be all right. We're going to work through this. And it's not true. We're so force-fed with trying to be good that we hurt ourselves in the end of it.
You got any examples of it?
Yes.
Like personal examples?
Yeah, I got, like, I was, not X situation, you know what I mean? I showed up as a father figure or someone that is, trying to be somewhat positive in, children's lives that wasn't mine. And no matter what I did, you know what I mean, I was told that, oh, well, now mind you, in the midst of this, I'm getting the stories of what some person's not doing and how they only give this type of gift and, very mediocre, don't even try type thing. So, I saw her children as my own. So I always wanted to make sure that they had everything they probably wanted or needed because they were well behaved. You know what I mean? I have no quarrels with them. I love them to death to this day. But at the same time, all that goes out the window when mom decides to change her mind or get in her feelings or, and they will follow suit.
Where do you think the disrespect part of it was?
A lot of the disrespect came from what's been placed on them. So the disrespect comes from, they're not really verbally disrespecting you, but they withdraw. You know what I mean? They shut down when they're around you, for the most part. And it's all due to the narrative that was built while you wasn't in that room.
Right. Do you think that you're deserving? Well, not obviously you're not deserving of disrespect, but do you think that, when you come into a situation where you're not the natural father, you kind of do take that back seat? Do you think it's warranted somewhat? Like, hey, they're entitled to their opinion. Like, you kind of don't have any skin in the game, for lack of a better term. You're coming in as the backup, essentially.
No, I don't think it's warranted at all. I don't think disrespect. Now, if I was coming into the situation, let's switch it around. Let's play devil's advocate. You know, that's my favorite thing. Okay, if I come into the situation and I'm sleeping on the couch, you know what I mean? I'm yelling at mom. I'm, demanding things and treating her like the lowest common denominator in front of the kids. Absolutely, I deserve that disrespect. But if I'm coming in, showing up, making sure I do what I have to do, I'm not perfect at it, not at all. I made mistakes. I had flaws, as every human being, you know what I mean? But not to the point of the detriment of any of the kids or the woman that I was with. So the disrespect mostly came from not allowing themselves to be fully engaged.
Right. And I think that's a point. That's a point that I wanted to make clear with your story, and this guy's story. It's mostly unwarranted. You look at guys doing the best that they can, doing what they have to do, being the men in the situation, trying to cover these people in grace, and trying to make sure that, hey, let's keep this family going, let's keep the family running, let's make sure all the bills are paid, everybody's healthy and happy, and it's met with this disrespect, this random disrespect. It's like almost a societal thing where it's okay. It has become okay to disrespect people who are doing so much for you. I've even had I've had conversations where basically I would be the one footing the bill on everything, essentially. Like, okay, let's go. We'll go get the Airbnb. We'll go get some food. We'll go do this. We'll go do that. And if the vibe isn't right, when I bring it up, like, hey, like, fix your attitude, because you haven't done anything in this situation. You haven't provided any resources and put it towards this situation. It's basically, the situation would not exist if it weren't for me. And exactly. That's something that I find the most disrespectful, when you're putting your best foot forward and you're doing everything that you have to do, and it's not only unappreciated,
it's when not enough.
When you look at it, when you come out and tell people, like, you're unappreciative, and you're treating what I do like nothing, they look at you like you're the bad guy still. Like, you're trying to hold me accountable just because you did this, that, and the third. You get what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's what we fault at, because we sit up there, we take the disrespect, because wow, we've been labeled our whole lives. We've been labeled since birth. My mother told me there's only a couple of options for a black man: dead or in jail, or be a success. Okay, that's 3 options. 2 of them is a no-go for me. I'm not trying to meet neither one of those ends.
Well, you got to.
So it's the best way to be, is to put my best foot forward, and that's what I have done as a man, with some integrity and respect for human beings in a whole, but especially in our community where we don't have that respect. Like, you was telling me a story about a situation that you just got out of. You want to speculate a little bit on it?
What are you referring to, or what are you trying to connect it to?
Just recently, you was telling me about a female that you was dealing with. You know what I mean? That she ended up kind of putting herself out there and getting caught after a couple of months of treating her like she should be treated.
Well, that's essentially the story that I just told.
Okay. So, with that being said, all of this comes down to the lack of accountability, the lack of effort, and the lack of respect, for Black American men, because of the stereotypes that was held to social media and news outlets and all these different narratives that's pushed upon, our Black women. Our Black women just want to join the ranks, to help destroy us even more.
Yeah, I think, and it like you said, with your mother, it comes down, even the people in our own, I guess, our own environment or our own little circle of what we would say a circle of trust. Um, whether it's cousins, uh, like you said, mother, even people at work. Uh, I think the disrespect, even though it may not be blatant and it may not be obvious or overt, it does come in subtly. Um, just in the little things, moving in and buying this crib. I actually was showing somebody the house, and this is funny. I was thinking about this the other day. How crazy it was to say, but showing somebody the house. We're going through each room, and they had little things here and there to say. Basically, like, you know, you kind of slide little things in here and there, and I'm like, whatever, who cares? And then we get to my bathroom, my master bathroom, and the master bathroom is pretty big, decent size, and there's a closet in there, walk-in closet, pretty big walk-in closet. And the person goes, "You don't even have enough clothes to fit in this closet. What you got this big ass closet for?"
Wow.
And I'm like,
the door.
I'm like, that's your train of thought. You see somebody getting what they wanted and getting what they deserve through hard work and dedication and doing what they have to do and saving up and putting it towards a good thing, being financially sound, and the one thing that you can choose to say is something negative, and something so like negative and petty, like it doesn't even matter.
Because the disrespect don't stop on any level.
Yeah, it's like where do those little demons come in? Like, where do these little demons come from? It's like, and this was, it's sad to say, this is a black woman. This is a black woman that said this.
There we go. And we don't mean to push this type of narrative, but it's kind of blatant.
When you have real world firsthand experience, and not just one or two, this is multiple experience. This is multiple experiences from multiple people. Me and you just told stories, and we've told stories throughout this podcast. What is it? Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Like, we've told stories of all these things happening, and this is what's going on.
Right.
Even this Instagram is literally filled. If you look at the comments, look at this. I gave up. It was too hard. Told them, call if you need me. I started my new family. I'm 20K in the hole fighting. I'm about to move and just start over. Like, this is by and large. This is just one aspect too. This is just fathers fighting for a chance to be in their child's life, or fighting just to be on the same page.
Absolutely. And just imagine when I stepped in twice as a stepdad type thing.
You was wilding for that. I ain't gonna lie, but go ahead.
Oh, most definitely. But I thought I was making a difference and a change. But even fathers that has it together, like this young man does, he's showing receipts. He's doing what he has to do as a father. He's providing. He's giving structure. He's giving direction. He either have an escape plan for his daughter. That's you don't hear that very often. But at the midst of it, guess who trumps everything? The mother. The mother is the black mother in America, especially the single black mother. She's not just single because of what the man did. She's single because of what she chose. Okay, I'm not saying that men cannot be held accountable, because they absolutely can. Infidelity, cheating, abuse, those things are unwarranted. Okay, I do not condone putting hands on women. But at the same time, these women are emotionally led. If they're not happy because they don't have the same house that their girlfriend got, or their girlfriend is driving a Beamer and they driving a Honda, You know what I mean? They're not satisfied. They're never satisfied. And then if you start dating outside of your race and you start going to travel and going to foreign places, then you're getting treated like the man you're supposed to have been treated like in America. But then they get mad and they get online and then they bash you on that. So it's like you can't win for losing.
I think another thing too, the disrespect that we have for ourselves and our counterparts as well, because it's not just a matter of women disrespecting men. We disrespect each other.
Absolutely.
We disrespect each other daily. When you go out in the street, I forget what it was, but it was a dude saying basically he was more comfortable around white people than when he goes out and is in a crowd of black folks or around black dudes. He sees black dudes as damn near a threat, but he sees white people, Asian people, Spanish people as safe. So even just the psychology behind that, seeing somebody that looks like you makes you feel uncomfortable.
I think its perception has taken a real big turn on our culture, because a lot of things that we perceive it as the world perceives us. Okay. And what I mean by that is, like, yes, I have gone back home. I'm from Newark, New Jersey, born and bred. I live in Pennsylvania now. I have gone home.
You just dox yourself, but go ahead.
Gotcha. I just gone home. I have gone home, visited multiple times, and yes, I lock my doors. You know what I mean? But then again, when I'm home, I lock my doors anyway. And people around me don't understand it, because they're predominantly mixed environment, white, black, Spanish, etc. It's a more common environment. At the same time, they're leaving their doors open, things like that. And I'm just like, oh, you ain't lock your door? Oh, no, we don't lock our doors around here. You know what I mean? I was like, you still lock your door? I said, every day.
But I'm talking about more so, you're talking about a difference of environment and environmental stimulus. I'm talking about specifically the way that we treat one another. A black male walking down the street and another black man walking down the street the opposite direction. We might give a head nod or something like that. But I don't think there's any solidarity to that.
No,
to the
it's
point
not.
Where we are damn near fractured, and we're more willing to help or talk to or treat somebody of a different race with respect than ourselves.
Absolutely.
We look at each other as damn near the enemy in certain spaces.
Well, that's why I put that scenario out there, because it is scenarios in that case, because like I said, it's all perception. If I see a group of young black guys, you know what I mean, I'm not necessarily privy to just walking past that group, or you know what I mean, or either making eye contact with the group when I'm in certain spaces. And it is in certain spaces I do feel more comfortable to a certain degree, and then other spaces I feel more comfortable with my own people. You know what I mean? But everything has a degree.
That's a lot to unpack.
It is. It really is. We gather, we like to party, and we do have some sort of sense of community, right? We don't never,
in a sense, because you can't even say that, even because that's another road you can go down, partying or being around each other. What happens, I say about a good 50% of the time when you go to a party, that's the majority of people that look like us.
You looking around, you being more observant, you trying to because
of what? Because something is gonna happen. Somebody's gonna bump into somebody, especially as the night gets later.
Almost definitely
that increases. Somebody's gonna bump into somebody. Somebody's gonna do something or say something, and that, mind you, that happens anywhere. in any environment with any group of people. But I think that in our community, the like, it's through the roof. You rarely hear, oh yeah, the country bar just got shot up. The country bar just had a fight that spilled out into the streets. Yeah, the cops just broke up the country bar or the Mexican bar down the street. Like, that doesn't usually happen. But most Sunday mornings, you can go on most local news websites for larger cities and see hip hop club or this type of club or this type of bar or this type of establishment that caters to the Black community. It's just, but like, two people shot in the parking lot, or two people shot after a night at the club, or night over here, night over there. Like, even just little things like that, places that we're supposed to go to unwind and chill and relax, we're disrespecting ourselves and each other in these spaces.
Absolutely. But I think we getting off tangent a little bit because we going into a whole other topic.
This is the same exact topic to me. The disrespect of Black men specifically and Black people in general. Is that not the same thing? Disrespecting each other's spaces, disrespecting each other's person, essentially disrespecting each other's bodies by fighting, violence, everything. All those things play a part. Now, if you want to cut it off, we can. If it's too heavy for you, but I think
it's too heavy for.
No, I'm saying I'm just saying this seems like it's right on the nose to me.
Yes,
if that's something you don't want to go into, I understand. But if we're gonna talk about it like this, to where, hey, it's women disrespecting men, sure, but that's a short-sighted and narrow-sighted view. When you look at the flip side, we disrespect each other as Black men, and the world disrespects us as Black men, and we disrespect the world, and we disrespect women. It's all a cipher. Nobody's hands are clean.
Right. And I don't put myself in the category, you know what I mean? But it's easily to remove from myself from the category. But when I was younger, yes, I had those tendencies. Yes, I did those, YN things as well. And yes, I have been in the past as a child, especially, disrespectful.
I'm not saying we specifically. I'm not saying we as in me and you. I'm saying we as the royal we of the community, the people that we are responsible for one another. That's what community is. So, not saying you per se, or me per se, or the person next door per se, but the community as a whole in general. We're disrespectful to one another. Today, Absolutely. Yesterday, and tomorrow, more than likely.
Absolutely. I can agree with that. Yes. For me, like, perception is everything. Integrity is everything. Mm-hmm. But no, we as a community, on the way you're narrating it, needs a lot of work with respect. Okay, needs a lot of work with guidance, leadership, and understanding, especially of self. Understanding of self is the most important thing you can ever do, especially in the Black community, Black American community. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that we had great leaders in the past. We no longer have that leadership because of certain, narratives and things that happen in the past that make people scared to step up to that podium again. With that being said, it's kind of like the blind leading the blind, because nobody has a right way of doing it when it comes down to the Black community and what we're facing right now and have been facing for the last 20 years. It is evident that with the rise of AI, social media, this computer, all these different tools, we just fall deeper into the rabbit hole with no way of getting out.
Right. I think progress in our community, whether it's emotional, professional, personal, all of those things, any type of progress was, I believe, halted around about, I would say, when the internet and being chronically on the internet became popular. When I say 2006, 2007, I say there was a large halt on our community. I feel like our community just adopted this internet thing in the worst way possible. We have used it for everything but what it was intended for. I think instead of coming together and forming a global community and forming those lines of communication and helping one another, we've used it to show all the worst sides of ourselves. Obviously, we have things like this where you can see the issues that people are going through, but I mean, I think that was a large halt, and it's aided in the disrespect, because sometimes you can get on Twitter and see 1,000 arguments with just the most heinous just the most heinous things that you can say to another human being possible, and it's just looked over. You talked about desensitivity.
The desensitive, wow, desensitive, I can't even get it out right now. That's a blur that out. All right,
No,
but
I'm definitely keeping that out.
desensitizing behaviors is very prevalent in America, period. And it doesn't matter what race.
Prevalent.
Oh, thank you for the correction. It doesn't matter what race you are. You know what I mean? It's still happening at a large scale. Like things that we would probably think is the most awful things in the world. If it was to happen in front of you, you probably wouldn't even blink. You know? And that goes on behaviors, shootings, stabbings, you know, any type of heinous act. You probably wouldn't need to be fearful at this time. And I think that's the internet being so open to whatever you want to look up, whatever you want to find, it's there. You know, no matter how gruesome or how loving it is there. So it fits the narrative that with the instant increase of dopamine constantly in the body, it doesn't give the mind enough time to process actual real world events, actual thought, actual, you know, things that's going to bring a good outcome to yourself or others. You know what I mean? So you're going to be the first one. You know, when crash out became a big thing, everybody wants to crash out now. You know what I mean? And the disrespect is spread out, male and female. You know, clock and tea and all these phrases that build a narrative that is more harmful for our community than it is helpful.
And I think those are, I mean, obvious extremes. I mean, to say most people subscribe to those ideals is ridiculous. I don't think either one of us would ever say that. But the things that are peddled and pushed and boosted up and put on display as representing our community, again, like with the twerking, the crash out, the YNs, the females, the Instagram IG females, the ass hanging out, like all of the worst things that can be displayed, even down to the murders on, what is it, Facebook Live? You ever seen the like Facebook Live, people getting shot on Facebook Live or going to shoot people on Facebook Live? It's insane. I
saw a lot of things on Facebook Live that I wasn't supposed to see. I don't even want to discuss it.
But it's just a matter of the things that we put on display and disrespect ourselves and our community, and basically make a way. You're making a path for others to disrespect us when you use this internet to just display, whether it's your ignorance or just your lack of caring. It's just insane. Like the things that you see on this internet all day, every day it's nuts. It's tiring almost to even click around. You open your phone sometimes and scroll just a couple. I bet you can't swipe one or two times on your Instagram feed or Facebook feed and not see something negative or crazy about black folks or that black folks have done or something done to black folks. Like, it's just all around you all day, every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that fits the narrative of everything that's going on. But moving forward, let's see what else this young man got to say on the topic.
I think we can actually move on. I think we can move on completely from that.
Okay. What you got here?
We got Tory Lanez speaking about his appeal. So they actually have him on video. I think this is probably the first time he's been seen on video since prior to his arrest or prior to him going in. Let's take a look at it.
Tonight, rapper Tory Lanez breaking his silence in his first ever broadcast interview from behind bars since being found guilty of shooting Grammy winner Megan Thee Stallion in the foot outside a party in 2020.
I've never been violent towards a woman. I would never hit a woman, let alone shoot a woman.
Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, spoke to NBC News from California Men's Colony, a prison where he's 3 years into a 10-year sentence after being found guilty on 3 felony counts, including assault with a semi-automatic firearm.
There is definitely a very big misconception about me that seems to the public as I'm this monster. And I feel like I was catapulted into this poster child for the unprotection of Black women. And it's just so unlike me. And I've never really had a chance to express that, but you can look at my criminal record. I don't have one. I never had one. And I feel like, that connotation that I would do anything of this monstrous proportion is completely incorrect and it's wrong.
Lanez declined to testify during his 2022 trial. Do you regret not taking the stand?
I think if I would have taken the stand, the verdict would have definitely been very different.
The rapper's legal team filed an appeal, which was denied in November. But his team is continuing to fight, with plans to file multiple appeals next week, this time with the California Supreme Court, in one claiming newly discovered evidence that they weren't provided during Lanez's 2022 trial, including hundreds of pages of medical records for Megan Thee Stallion, whose real name is Megan Pete, which they allege raise questions about the fragments removed from her foot after surgery.
I believe not only that I was wrongfully convicted, but the amount of new evidence that has emerged since that trial, I think, has been overwhelming.
What has life been like in prison for the last couple of years?
Truthfully, I've done my best to keep my head above water, but mentally, I've gone through trauma that I sometimes even struggle with because I never imagined myself dealing with the things that I would have to deal with. I've been stabbed 17 times. I almost lost my life.
If you could say something to Megan Thee Stallion today, what would it be?
I think that I wouldn't say something directly to her. I would like that moment to happen in person. We've both gone through a lot. There's this connotation that I share this hatred for her, but I don't. I genuinely passed that. I'm at a place of healing in my life. I'm at a place of taking accountability for the things that I did wrong. And when I talk about my case, I don't want it to be taken as me coming at her, because it's not that. I'm just asking for somebody in the system to look at my case and look at the evidence.
So what do you think of this? Tory Lanez speaking about basically how he's been getting done wrong for the past 4 or 5 years?
It sounds like he's getting railroaded right now. Like with everything that came up, and then just the fact of, all right, so let me take it from this standpoint. Right now, like my profession is mental health, and I know 70% of crimes is due to people having unstable mentalities. You know what I mean? They can't, whether they bipolar, ADHD, some type of mental illness that forces them to do a gruesome crime or something out of the norm, like shooting somebody it takes a lot now, and most of those people have been hospitalized, in and out of jail. They have a record, right? Tory Lanez hasn't had no record. Actually, he grew up in a well-to-do household, middle class, upscale. So he had all the means and everything like that. And for him to just do something so gruesome, or an attack Megan Thee Stallion, shoot her in the foot, it's kind of skeptical for me. I really don't believe everything that's going on in the narrative they pushing at all. But at the same time, we wasn't there. This is just all speculation from my part. This is just my opinion. And that's what I see it as. I don't see somebody just crashing out that bad over a dispute, with a woman at that. Like, unless they had a past of mental illness or, some type of record of some sort, whether it's medical or incarceration. It has to be something there to lead up to this. It just don't happen.
Yeah, I think this case kind of just reeks of just railroading. I think there was just a lot of questionable things that happened during the trial, and then after the trial, hearing about, I think it was maybe a couple months ago, maybe 6 to 8 months ago, where they were talking about they had finally introduced the medical records and the fragments that were found in her foot, and all of them happened to be glass.
Right.
Like she had no bullet fragments or something to that effect in her foot at all. So now you have a guy in jail who's being accused of basically assault and bodily harm, grave bodily harm, and this chick doesn't even. She was never shot. So, and then you have the guy has no gunpowder on his hands. She has no bullet fragment in her foot. She has admitted and said, when you go back and look at the video of them all getting arrested or picked up, she even said, "Oh, I stepped on a glass bottle and cut my foot." So it just reeks of railroading. And then the Gayle King interview where she went on there and started crying like she just got 50 Cent shot 9 times. It's just, the whole thing just reeks to me. And I hope some justice comes to this, but I don't know. Going back to the disrespect that we were talking about, it's the same thing. It's like, dude's not getting a fair shot. I don't think any of this makes any sense, especially from the outside looking in. And I doubt it makes any sense to him or his lawyers actually being in the situation.
Absolutely. I was looking at it, in detail, and I was listening to what he had to say, and it's obvious that anyone in this society, in his position, will file an appeal every hour if he had to. He almost got killed in prison after getting stabbed multiple times, and that's crazy over an accusation. And just think about how many wrongfully accused and imprisoned people there are in the world that are facing that same problem. And he's a celebrity, very well known. So nobody is safe.
And I think it's just been going on so long. I think the public just needs clarification, because it's tough to look at this and take anything that happens with this case seriously when everything that comes out is promptly proven wrong or promptly washed away by a deep. But the minute you put a magnifying glass on anything in this case, it just damn near burns up. It just disappears. It's crazy. Like, I've never seen anything like this, and I kind of feel for Tory Lanez, because it just seems like this is just, it's just nonsense to me, honestly.
Big time.
Yeah, like I don't understand, and I think he should have got on that like you were saying, he didn't get on the stand, but I think he should have got on the stand, man, because you look at all these rappers are snitching now anyway. So whatever happened, I feel like he should have just went ahead and popped it up like, hey, this is what actually happened. I think him, I guess, kind of choosing to not snitch or whatever he was trying to maybe save face for, it was very dumb of him. I think he's
but
paying
who
for it.
was he? Who was he trying to protect?
I have no clue. Some people say it's the best friend that was in there. That she had a gun and she shot. The bodyguard had said that the best friend had shot, and they were fighting over Tory Lanez. Apparently, Tory Lanez had sex with both of them. It's just a mess. I think how convoluted it is. I think that there's no way somebody should be doing 10 years for something that's just so up in the air and so ridiculous. Like, it's just a terrible situation overall, man. I really don't understand it, man.
It definitely is. It definitely does not have Diddy type.
No, like, yeah, there's no
consequences.
solid.
No way.
This person was the bad guy type of thing.
Right.
It's just
He wasn't like Lex Luthor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then even going back to what you were saying with the not having any criminal background, like this dude is just a Canadian dude. Like, you can't even have a gun in Canada, man. Not one that just a regular one, it's a hunting rifle or something. But you got this dude. It's nothing. He doesn't even have a shoplifting. He doesn't have a parking ticket probably, and you're telling me that he just randomly shoots his. Whatever, I don't know if they were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time.
They was dating at the time, so you could say girlfriend at the time.
Okay, so
over a spattle argument.
Yeah, like this dude who's never done anything, never has no criminal background, just randomly decides to reach over in the back of the truck and start shooting this girl in the foot. This also famous woman in the foot. Come on, man, what the hell's going on? Really? Like, does that make any sense?
It sounds like bullshit to me.
Sounds like it stinks like a bull's ass in here, man. It's nonsense. But speaking of allegations, whether true or false,
what you got for me?
We got the boy Talil, man.
Man, I've been waiting for this one.
Streamer Talil, he's been sitting back, getting with his lawyers and trying to come up with, I guess, a rollout of what actually happened. And for anybody who doesn't know, Talil is a Twitch streamer, a friend of Casanat and that whole Clover Boys thing. He attended a streamer award, ended up having a one-night stand with a fellow streamer, Jordan Pauline, and she came out and basically said that she was assaulted, sexually assaulted by Talil. And he sat back and he waited, I think, 2 or 3 weeks, and brought to the table some evidence. I wouldn't say proven his innocence, but proven some sort of like the Tory Lanez thing, like this very cloudy situation.
Right, but for his to his, you know, to his prosper, like he's gonna prosper over this. I got a feeling he is. He got his receipts, man.
Yeah, and I think
everything lined up.
Yeah, and I think well, let's get into this video and then we'll come back to it.
I've never had a one-night stand in my life.
What is a one-night stand?
Like after the party type shit, when you first meet someone, you don't talk to them.
So that's what we just had.
Did we just have one night stand?
No. As long as we cool no, that's not a one night stand. I said as long as we speak no, that's not a one night stand.
There's so many days after tomorrow.
Yeah, so basically, and we've already watched this, but I'll put some stuff in post. But I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that yeah, like you don't really get into a situation like this and make it out as a celebrity. Usually there's been a lot of celebrities that lost their entire careers because of things like this.
Absolutely.
one situation and it just goes bad. It all goes downhill. I think he did the smartest thing possible by keeping all of the receipts in. This video, I don't even think this is all of the receipts from the interactions or texts and stuff like that, because he said that he actually got these things cleared with his lawyers so that he could come to the public and basically clear his name somewhat prior to whatever the counter sue or whatever's going on. I don't even think at this point, I don't even think that she's suing or coming after him legally. I think she just put that out and kind of wanted to see where the fire would go, which is even more crazy.
Absolutely. What I think it is, like, you gotta understand, he just became one of the biggest streamers. You know, he started his own Clover Boy Union. And that's aside from Kai Cenat and everybody, so they see him. And also he kind of, you know, put himself out there at the awards, which I think was excellent, man. When he was trying to diss Kai Cenat and he stood up for Kai, and he was like, you know, if you're gonna tell jokes, at least make them funny, because it was just a clusterfuck of poor direction and everything else. But aside from that, he's up and coming. The Clover Boys doing their thing, and now he became a target by a lesser known streamer. I don't even know this chick. I had never heard her name. I don't know where she came from. Never saw any of her videos, contents, or anything.
So apparently she's a singer. She's a singer who dabbles in the streaming world. But I think a couple of people have done like deep dives into her in the past, and I'll probably add a video right here just for reference. But basically in the past, she's dealt with NBA players, NFL players, and even I think Kevin Durant was mentioned.
Wow.
And yeah, basically she's been trying to run the same game, trying to get somebody caught up and basically catapult herself. Kind of do you know who Kehlani is?
Yes, I know who Kehlani is.
Yes, kind of a Kehlani thing. I don't know if you heard about when she was hospitalized. Basically, she was talking to somebody. I can't even remember who the dude was. That's which is crazy. That's how that's how ubiquitous this thing had become. She attempted self-deletion and ended up getting hospitalized, and then was coddled by everybody in society, or everybody in that community, singers or whatever, R&B community. And now she's a pop star from basically crashing out, trying to self-delete herself from a relationship that I think she thought was real but ended up being fake, or something like that. And this is kind of a similar situation, kind of just using that trauma porn to catapult herself into stardom. Like, let me start off with being a victim, and then the Phoenix rise from the ashes type storyline. I guess some of these pop stars are trying to use.
That's crazy. That's the first time I heard that, actually.
Yeah? Really?
Yeah, I just, you know, I learned about her from TikTok. I love the way your body is. You know, that right there, that song that catapulted her career, but I didn't know her backstory. So that she doesn't have a career. She is, I think she's able to move and shake and be in some of these rooms, but she's not a famous person. She's right now known for this. That's crazy.
Yeah. She hasn't had any large viewership or large or to take off song or radio hit or anything like that. She's literally known for orbiting around the streaming community and basically looking for a sucker. And I guess she ended up finding one in Talil. And I feel like we talked about this last week, man. We gotta put our dicks up, man. You got to.
Oh man,
especially
nowadays.
Man, and being in a situation, you just talked about his accolades. This dude is basically on if you keep your nose clean and keep your head on straight, you are on a path to basically freeing any and all economic strains from your family for probably the next couple decades. Yeah, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years. You could potentially put your family in the best economic situation that anybody can have in America. And all you have to do is just keep your nose clean. Dude, dipping your dick in some bozo and falling into stuff like that. And this has happened to a lot of them. This has happened to Casanat, actually.
Yeah, Casanat was one of them. Hell, we can...
Yeah. Whether it's the revenge porn or something similar to this, where he was being accused of something in so many words. Because they'll do that. They'll do it like that, kind of like an extortion, blackmail type of thing. It's like there's a team of these chicks. They just orbit the stars, hope to pick off a couple, and then try to get a sucker, and then catapult themselves either into the sphere or try to blackmail them for money and hold it over their head.
If I could play devil's advocate for a second, shit, they sound like plants to me. You know what I mean? How to make somebody go down.
Kind of a honeypot type thing, right?
Oh, big time. Big time.
And these dudes are signing, they're getting Nike. These streamers are making some money, man. These dudes are getting Nike deals, energy drink deals,
movie deals, commercials.
Commercials, everything. They're getting NFL, NBA music deals, all types of stuff. So these dudes are signing 10, 12, 15, 20, 30 million dollar deals and busting down that. And it's, I mean, you're on top. You feel like you're on top of the world. Most of these girls are throwing themselves at them, but you gotta think past. And Talil is no stranger to this thing too, because Talil actually
he's very outspoken.
Well, past that, in the beginning of his streaming career, before linking up with Casanat and all of that, when he was just a regular streamer, we talking about this dude's catching neck on IG Live. Putting chicks on IG Live, having sex on IG Live. Like, dude, you're playing in some dangerous war. Bro, look around you. P. Diddy, Epstein, Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein. Dude, Hollywood is not the place to be playing them reindeer games, dude. If you can't keep your dick in your pants, go find you one or two chicks that's down to just rock with you and keep it right there. But all of that nonsense, hypersexuality, like, dude, now is not the time. They will put you where you don't want to be.
Listen, you be catching cases out of the water, and damn sure they'd play it up. They'd be very believable.
Yeah, and I think hopefully this scares him enough to say, you know what, it's time to mature. It's time to not run after all these girls. Let me put my head on straight, get to this money, move forward, and do better for my family. Because
absolutely, it was a video that he had that describes how he felt about, he said, I got my mom, I got my sisters, I got my niece.
He's got a girlfriend.
Oh, he got a girlfriend, really? Oh,
dude, that was the whole thing that they were talking about in some of the texts. Hey, you need to tell your girlfriend what happened, yada yada yada. And it's like, dude, you have too much to lose now. You're not little Talil from the Bronx, whatever floor, whatever apartment, whatever street. Like, dude, you're a brand now.
Absolutely.
You cannot afford to do this anymore. You cannot afford to hold around with these bozo chicks. You owe it to yourself and your family to not fuck up. And that's what you are doing every time you go and try to bust down these little thoughts looking for a come up, man. Like, put your head on straight, man.
Gold diggers still exist, people. Gold diggers still exist.
All right, Steve Harvey.
Stop calling me Steve.
What you got? Anyway. What you got to say about Talil? What advice would you have for Talil? Let's put something real on it instead of just gold diggers.
What I have for advice for Talil, man, keep your head on straight, man. Stay focused, lock in. At the end of the day, you guys control 90% of the entertainment space. You guys are doing it off of sheer numbers, sheer posting and entertaining, and these kids are gravitating to you guys. You have a following in the young community that you have to uphold certain standards. So stay focused, man. Lock in, focus on your goals, and get to that bag. Do what you got to do for self, and then everything else will fall in place, man. These women are going to be there as long as you stay on top. That's inevitable. But just don't get yourself caught out there, man. Do what you got to do, man. Stay focused.
There we go. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.